Welcome to EdTech Tuesday. I'm Jennifer Gibson.
And I'm Rich Dixon. We're going to look at TeacherKit, which is a great classroom management tool which allows you to track attendance, behavior, and it also has a gradebook inside of it.
Okay.
So let's get started. I've already built up a class. I did that by clicking on the plus button. I'm not going to take the time in this demo to do that. I'm going to start with a geometry class. Of course, this would be more geared for secondary use. We see a virtual classroom,
yes,
walk through the door, and then here are some sample students. And what's wonderful about this is if I start the day, I can click attendance along the top, and then I can take attendance by simply selecting each student. If they're not there for some reason, let's say Ken Eckram decides not to show up or he's sick, I can tap twice and it has an absence. And you can see the other students that have been absent in the past there as well are already marked. I can take notes as well. If I see everybody's there, I can bypass that system of tapping everyone, and in the upper right-hand corner, select attend all, and boom, we're there. Again, it's easy to clear it. I can make some notes if there's anything unusual about that day, if there are a lot of absences, and we happen to have a snow day, something along those lines. Bus is late, whatever it is.
Real quick, I'm imagining there's some reporting somewhere because we're keeping track of this.
Unfortunately, you can export it in what's known as a CSV file for those of you that have experience with that. So it does not tie in with any other attendance system, but you can export the information
and then put it into Excel or something like that.
Dropbox, or if you're using another school information system, you can easily do that and pass that email out along to whoever in your front office if that's part of their tasks.
Great.
So under behavior, what I like about this, in this case here, we can see that we have one, Ken Akatuke has a behavior problem. In a particular case, in this case, I made a note of a behavior problem. You can do this on the fly by clicking plus. You can say it's positive, negative, or if you just want to make some observation notes, which I think is very flexible. Again, if
which is great. There are certain students where you are kind of keeping a record of their behavior, and you want to be able to share that with others, their parents, with them. These are things that you can make throughout the day. That is a really nice feature.
Yeah, it's really nice, especially when it comes time to reporting back to parents. One feature they don't have that I have yet to see within this app anyway would be the ability to email directly from here. So if there is a problem, that you would immediately have an email go out to the parent, because there's a section when you add the students in there that asks for both the students' information as well as the parents' email. And let's look at the last section, which is the gradebook. The gradebook.
Can I just interrupt real quick? One thing, as we make recommendations and as you look at apps, it's really important to note that you can always go into the developer's site and leave your feedback and requests for the app, because developers are watching those particular comments and making improvements all the time. So I just want to encourage you to do that as an educator out there, because they want to build it for you.
Absolutely, and if it's difficult trying to find who created or developed the app, you can always go to the iTunes store and search, and you can leave a comment about the app, and the developers do try to read those as much as possible. Let's take a look here. I've set up, again, this classroom. I have some unit tests that I've mocked up, and then a quiz that's been weighted here. And you can see that it's very easy to go through and just get a quick list there. I can add more gradable items inside of here as well if I'd like to do that. And again, you can weight things, so it's very, very easy to do.
Now with the gradebook, again, is that a CSV file?
Yes, it is. Absolutely. So you can export that, which is really nice. You can sort by name, by grades even. So you can kind of get a comparison of where students are falling. I'm going to go ahead and return to take a look at Dropbox, because when you go to export any of that student information, it goes to a Dropbox file. If you're not familiar with Dropbox, you can visit Dropbox.com. It's a cloud-based or a remote computer storage solution that allows you to take and export or move content and grades from here.
It's a really nice feature, but they would have to have an account.
They have to have that set up already. A couple other things here under settings. You can take a look. There's attendance thresholds, the number of periods that you might have that you want to grade within there, and lots of customization features that I think are really, really helpful. If you want to rate this app, which you can do there and leave comments for the developer based off of what you're talking about earlier, you can certainly do that. That's a quick overview of TeacherKit.